Hey guys, welcome back to Just a Geek in the Garage. So today I want to do a 1 year review or just over a year review of my US general storage here. So, I got the bottom chest here about just over a year ago around Christmas time. And then the side lockers I added a couple months later. And then the top chest I added a little bit earlier this year, probably like 3, 4 months ago, somewhere kind of in that range. I'll go over pricing and all that kind of stuff at the end. I don't want to have a super long intro here, but basically just want to kind of go over, the size of everything, the depth of every drawer. I know when I was looking into this, I kind of had a hard time getting accurate data on everything without actually going in there and playing around with it and stuff like that. And so I just wanted to kind of put out a video for anybody looking at the 56-inch specifically, with the features that it has, the sizing of kind of every drawer, and some pros and cons that I think it has as well. So I'm going to pause real quick here, and then I'm going to get to the actual drawers themselves. And then this isn't going to be a full toolbox tour, but just kind of just going over some of the drawers. And if you want to see a full toolbox tour, leave your comments down below. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys. So here's the box itself. So as you can kind of see, it's pretty big. Takes up a good chunk of the garage. It takes up half of my garage door. Basically, you can kind of see that behind you, those two windows. So it's definitely a beast of a box, especially when you have the two side lockers, and the top chest. But a lot of good storage. So let's kind of get started here and go through everything. So I'm gonna start with the top drawer right here, and I have some notes in my hands. I kind of pre-measured everything, so I don't have to measure it on the spot. But as you can see, this is the top drawer right here. So this is pretty much all of kind of my icon stuff. As you can see, I love to keep stuff in the blow molded case if I have enough space for it, which now I do because of this box. And this way I can kind of grab and use what I need, put it back. Everything stays nice and organized and clean. And again, this is my personal garage, so this isn't something where I'm in a rush to get things done. So first of all, the top drawer right here, you're looking at, it's about 52 inches wide by about 19 and 3/8 deep. And that's going to be, the 19 and 3/8 deep is going to basically be across the board for pretty much every drawer that's in this box, at least that I measured. This one, the top drawer, gives you about 4 3/4 depth, so it's a pretty deep drawer. So things like standing up sockets, you're not going to have any kind of issues with. I even have Allen keys standing up here, and I could probably even stack these guys up a little bit higher and not have any issues. But right now, as you guys can kind of see, I cleaned up my box, so I have quite a bit of space here. Next up, let's kind of go down to the thinner drawer. So this is historically kind of like your wrench drawer, basically. And so this one's going to be much thinner. This one has a depth of right around 2.5 inches. Still same 52 by 19 and 3/4. And then when you kind of go down here, I'm not going to go in every single drawer, but I'll kind of give you a breakdown of what they are. So you have these two thin drawers right here, and the two thin drawers are going to also be, let me see, these guys are also 2.5 inches, and then you have two deeper drawers, and basically this is going to give you 5 3/4, and this one's going to give you about 6 3/4. So definitely quite a bit of space. I mean, personally, I know they changed it up from Series 2 to Series 3 to have a little bit deeper drawers, I believe. Personally, I would almost prefer to have a couple more of these, like maybe replace this with two smaller ones, but that's just kind of for me and the way that I use my tools. Next up, this thing does have a charging drawer, which I've heard, good things and bad things about. So let me kind of show you how I have it set up now. Unfortunately or unfortunately, I have quite a few different battery systems. I have the Milwaukee 12 and the M12 and M18. I have the Ryobi 18 volt, the Hyper Tough, the Craftsman 20 volt, and the Bauer 20 volt. So I have, everything fits in here, pretty nicely. I tried to kind of organize the cables. There's outlets for pretty much everything. I can turn this on here real quick. And then there's a couple of USB ports right there. So pretty much all of my batteries fit in here. The only thing is on the M12, if I try to use a larger battery, it'll basically kind of stick up a little bit, so I can't close the drawer completely. Not a big issue, just because, again, this is a personal garage. I don't need to really lock it up. But with pretty much most of the other batteries, I can close it with the batteries that I have, at least. And then moving on down here, we have the actual power drawer. And then there's basically an optional accessory that I believe was around 30 bucks, you know, when I bought it. Sorry kind of for the lighting in here, guys. But, you know, there's this piece right here that fits, it's a total of 5, you know, impacts or drills or whatever it happens to be. So, you know, I kind of have that in here, and I have a couple that I snuck in here. There's a bunch of storage on the bottom, on the side. So it's kind of a great way to, you know, have everything, you know, easy access if you guys kind of need it. So that's the bottom chest right here. So you know, it served me well. Again, my main kind of thing would be, you know, for these drawers right here, maybe just have one deep one and then the rest of them be thinner. You know, I tried looking at their parts store to see if I could buy that, but as of right now, they don't have that option. Next up, and then forgive me here, you guys are going to see all the batteries, but let's kind of go through the Hutch. So the Hutch is, you know, very nice. It has the little shock, the gas struts right here, the open and close it. One thing about this top chest, which is good and bad depending on what you guys are using it for, is it's pretty narrow. It's about, you have about 8 inches of usable space. So like this right here is pretty much the top that I can get to, and for it to still close basically. So, you know, I can't stand up power tools. I know in my Husky Hutch, this was much taller, but the trade-off is I had less drawers. So I would actually prefer to have more drawers and have less storage up here. So I was able to kind of repurpose this and kind of just have all of my batteries ready and waiting. These are all basically 100% charged, so I know what I kind of have and all of kind of my mini toolbox collection as well. So great little Hutch, but again, if you guys are looking for standing up your power tools, that's not going to happen, you know, up here. Now, for this top section, basically every drawer you're looking at is about 37 inches for the longer drawers, and it is, what were the other ones? Did I measure the other ones? Hold on one second. Sorry about that. It's they're about 12 inches, and that actually, if I forgot to mention it, that goes for the bottom as well. These things are 12 inches wide, and then let me see, the top one here is, I believe, let's see, this one is 13 inches deep, and then this one is, I believe, 5 3/4 inch deep. Moving on up here, we have these two are also going to be 5 3/4 inch. I'm sorry, tall, not deep, tall. They're all 19 3/8 deep. So, you know, and then these are all going to be 2.5 inches. So again, my same kind of complaint or suggestion, or wish at least there was some kind of option for customization, which is, you know, I would have loved to be able to kind of skip this drawer and have a couple more of these, just so I could kind of lay things you know, flat and make it a little bit easier to find. So that's the top chest and the bottom chest. Now next up is going to be the locker. So kind of excuse the mess. I'm still trying to kind of figure out, you know, how I want to use these guys. But as you guys can kind of see, there is a lot of storage. You know, it's kind of, this is my, almost like my junk drawers have been moved to the locker. But basically, if you guys are, you know, interested, basically this is going to be, when they say it's a 22-inch locker, it's literally on the inside, it's almost exactly 22 by 22. And then as far as the, let's take a look. As far as the height is concerned, basically from the very bottom right here all the way to the top where you can actually fit something in like this is about 56.5 inches. And then there's another couple of inches hiding in there if you guys want to be able to kind of sneak something in and fit it as well. The doors on it, as you can see, you can fit, you know, things like magnets, etc., and you are good to go. All right, so let's continue on. So actually, the other, sorry, one second, guys. So the other locker I'm not really going to kind of go into because it's, you know, identical, just on the other side. So let me kind of go back to where we were at the beginning. I'm going to talk about pricing, and I'm going to talk about configuration and all that kind of stuff. So one moment. All right, guys, so basically to continue on, so we're kind of back here looking at a big overview of the toolbox and itself. So basically the only other measurement I don't think I gave you guys, which is there is roughly about 8 3/4, you know, on the, let me see if I can tilt this real quick, on the kind of ground right there to kind of store some things underneath it if that's something that you want to do. So let's talk about kind of pricing and configuration and stuff like that. Now, the lockers, when you buy the lockers, they both come, I believe, in this configuration, if I'm not mistaken, where it just opens, from the right side, but then you can basically flip all the hardware and make it open from the left side as well, so that way you guys can open it there. Nothing here except for the lockers is bolted on. The lockers, basically, when you get them, there is no wheels or anything on the locker, so they're kind of a beast to get up there. I was able to use a jack with a piece of wood on it and basically elevate it up and kind of get it on the lip. And then there's a couple bolts that bolt it to the main chest. The top chest itself doesn't have any bolts, at least none that I put in. It just kind of sits up there. But that sucker is heavy. I had to have my brother come over here to kind of help me out. We took all the drawers out and made it as light as possible before we kind of tossed it up there. And I actually had to take the rubber mats off of the top of the bottom chest, just because it kind of kept, we couldn't just put it directly on. It kept kind of shifting around, so I ended up taking out the protector altogether. But as you guys can see, it doesn't really affect it, that much. So as far as pricing is concerned, this right here is about $8.99 for the bottom chest is the normal price, but it always goes on sale. Sometimes they do 20% off. I was lucky enough that when I picked it up about a year ago, it was on sale for about $5.99. The side lockers, if I remember correctly, are $3.99 normal price. I got them for $2.99 each. That's when I kind of jumped on them towards the beginning of last year. I was kind of worried pricing was going up, so I kind of hopped on that. And then the top chest is, I believe, $4.99 normal price, and then I got it for about $3.99. So you can get this set up. I think that breaks down to about $1,600 for everything that you see here. Plus, I think it was about $30 for that power drawer gun kind of accessory. So you can basically put everything in there. But the power drawer is already included and kind of good to go. So as I kind of mentioned, at the beginning, this has been about a year. Would I recommend this or not? So honestly, I would say it kind of depends on your pricing. I mean, if you're paying, full price for everything, we're talking about, what is that? About $900 for the bottom, $500 for the top. That's $1,400 already. Another $400 for each one of those. So what are we talking about? 18. So it would be about $2,200 if you were just to pay full retail price for this. Like I said, they're always having sales, especially if you guys are patient and willing to piece this together. Sometimes they'll have 20% off of one item. Maybe you can go and pick up one piece and wait a little while, get another piece. The thing about pretty much all of these pieces is that they are rarely actually in stock to pick up that day. So even if they're having a one-day sale, you don't necessarily have to go pick it up that day. You can order it and then come back and pick it up another day when you have basically time or the right vehicle, etc. Speaking of vehicles, actually, no, I'm sorry. Let me go back to the pricing, then we'll talk about the vehicles to get this thing home. So as far as pricing, like I said, at $2,200, I still think it's probably worth it, and probably you're going to be hard pressed to find anything else that's anywhere near this price range for kind of what you're getting. When you go with something like a Husky, etc., it's not going to be that great of a quality of toolbox, but you can get something for much less. But for $2,200, I think I would say it's still a buy. But if you can get it for the pricing that I got, which, like I said, is probably right around $1,600, I think it's a great one to do. They do have 0% financing. I'm not here to preach any kind of credit. Don't go into debt, buying a toolbox. But if you guys can afford it and want to use their own money, usually you can finance this thing for 12 months and pay whatever, $50, $100 a month. Definitely not like Snap-on where you're paying interest and paying it for the rest of your life, but if it's a set amount. But again, not preaching the credit card whatsoever, but it is an option that you guys have if this is something that you guys want to do. So now, speaking of vehicles, so what I wanted to kind of touch on was, how did I get this thing home? So, I just have a kind of like a mid-size, SUV, and what I was able to do was 3 of these 4 pieces actually just fit in the back of my SUV once they took them out of the box. And at least my Harbor Freight, they're gracious enough to pull everything kind of out of the box for you and load it if you're, if you're nice to them, basically. So each locker was one trip. The top box was one trip, and then the bottom one I did have to actually go and rent the truck from Home Depot. But $20 I think for 90 minutes. I'm sorry, $15 or $19. I forget, but it's something that for 90 minutes, and I was able to do the round trip in 90 minutes just by myself, basically. So something to keep in mind on how you guys can get it home. Obviously, if you guys have pickup trucks, it would probably make it much easier than having an SUV like I did. So kind of do a full circle here. Would I buy this again? Honestly, 100% I would buy it again. Does it have its flaws? It definitely has its flaws. I mean, one thing you can notice is when you're opening and closing the drawers, they're going to kind of wobble a little bit as they're opening and closing. That's fine. They lock well. It is kind of annoying that they each have a separate lock, and unlike Icon, I don't think you can have them locked all together. If there is a solution, please leave it in the comments down below. I would love to do it, but my personal garage, I don't really lock it anyway. So this video is getting a bit longer than my typical video, but I wanted to kind of go over all the details, tell you a lot of the details that I was looking for when I was looking at YouTube videos, on this, and because some of those details were basically missed. And if I did miss any details that you guys are interested in, please leave it in the comments below. I try to answer, comments pretty quickly. And so if you guys are seriously thinking about buying this and are interested in one dimension or another, etc., please let me know in the comments down below. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you guys are interested in a kind of a full toolbox tour, looking at everything and maybe looking at my other toolboxes as well, I have a Husky 52-inch over here. I have a couple of old school Craftsman boxes over here, and we can kind of go from there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.